You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's RuPaul's Drag Race After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's RuPaul's Drag Race After Show.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
And welcome to another edition of our after show for RuPaul's Drag Race.
Welcome, welcome.
Our Fab Force back in the house again. We're a little short again. We're missing Jesse and Mikey.
This is what is
And
and that
Natalie.
is when it's extra.
Okay.
Extra
So
this
tell us
week.
about Bing.
Bing. Bing, bing, bing. Bing,
Bing
is
is for
amazing.
doing.
Bing is for doing. Why can't I remember
I don't
that?
We are
know.
doing
But
another
I
episode.
was doing, and I binged when I was doing it because I booked a plane ticket on Bing today, which I mentioned earlier.
What were you binging about when you were binging?
I was binging plane tickets.
Were you binging your boyfriend?
No comment. I don't know what that means.
That is so tasteless.
I know.
This is
Kenny.
RuPaul's Drag
Why
Race.
are you?
There is no taste here.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know how to spread. Oh, so I'm still supposed to, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Moving
So you
on.
might as well introduce yourself. You running your mouth over there.
Well, God, you asked me a question.
I didn't. He's the one who asked you a
Somebody asked me
question.
So Ronnie, how about iTunes?
iTunes. All right, real quick. Yes. Comment on these people. We are. They work hard for you and give you a great Drag Race after show. Make sure you hit us up on iTunes, write the comments, and rate us. That's really what we like. You could rate anything you want. You could comment about anyone's hairstyle or voice.
If you like the side fro.
The side fro
prefer a
close up.
full
There
pro?
she goes.
There you go.
I
Or
prefer-
a squinty bun.
Or a bag over her head.
Perfect bun.
I like
Jackie has the perfect
I like a
bun.
bag over your head.
Whatever.
Courtney.
Speaking of, so we also
We read your
welcome-
comments. We like them.
Positive or negative?
Yes.
We want
So,
them. We
introduce
need them.
yourselves.
My name is Courtney Stewart, in case you didn't know, but I know you know because you watch RuPaul all
And
the time.
you can probably see it at the bottom of the screen. And
My name is Cameron Marston.
next to me
My name is Jacque Borowski.
in the booth, we got.
Oh, hey, Ronnie. I was trying to get your phone call. No, I know. I was multitasking.
Ronnie.
What's up, you guys? I was going to get Jackie. We're going to do that phone call. You ready for that?
Oh,
Yeah,
already.
for Jose.
All right, let's get Jose.
And I'm
Jose.
Kenny, by the way, if you haven't
Jose,
noticed by
Jose.
now.
We didn't put your name on the lower third. Sorry.
Nobody wants your name anymore.
Hello.
I'm kidding.
You guys
You
all.
could just make
I
it
love. This is
sound.
all about love.
We should make new sounds for you. This should be. That'll be your name.
So.
Jose, you're on the line. What's up?
Hi, Jose.
Hi.
Hello, y'all. How are y'all tonight?
Hi.
Doing well.
How are you?
you?
For those of you who don't know, Jose, sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm trying to introduce you. Jose
No,
is
go ahead.
Jose is a blogger out of Dallas. His blog is thegaybeaner.com. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And he blogs about RuPaul's Drag Race.
Very cool.
Yay! Thank you for joining us, Jose. So.
We're having.
What? What's that?
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
again.
you're welcome. While we got you on the phone, what was your first reaction to this episode tonight, or last night's episode?
Oh, well, let's go ahead and open up the door since the library is open again, shall we say. And since reading is fundamental, I will start off with a mini challenge. That shade was very, very deep. But the overall episode itself was sickening. It is what it is. It was just everything. I mean, these queens literally brought everything to the table and tried their hardest, and I definitely loved it overall. It was everything shade should be.
Interesting.
We had a feeling though that Latrice would win based on Cameron's earlier read of Latrice. because Latrice has that ability to. We're talking about the mini challenge.
Yes, the mini challenge,
Yeah.
which basically, real quick, is they went to the library, and what that means is they go and read each other and like try to rag on each other, which is what we do here all the time.
Well, good reading, when you can read somebody, and you don't pause and wait for the reaction. You just keep going. You let them catch on to it. That's a good reader. That's why Latrice has old school skill. But can I jump off topic?
Okay.
If you must.
Because we're gonna get to our little.
But when you read someone, it's like the Comedy Central roast, but Logo's version for Drag Race, basically.
Yeah.
But you don't expect people to laugh. You kind of just keep going, and they either catch on or they don't if they're not swift enough.
Exactly.
But we're gonna special topic, something which deals with cultural insensitivity. I wanted to ask you, because I know that you were on the show the night I wasn't here as well. Have you gotten backlash for using the gay beaner?
You know what? Actually, I've had that handle for quite some time, since I can remember, and I honestly haven't gotten any kind of backlash for it. If anything, I've actually gotten compliments on it, that it's a unique name, that it's funny, it's catchy, but I actually haven't gotten any backlash of it. Not that I know of, and not that I can recall, but if so, I mean, I welcome it.
Well, because I like it, but like we're gonna get to it when we get to the special topic. But
I think there's something, and this is something I say all the time, is that I really appreciate it when people reappropriate something. So if you take something that somebody might call you to be negative, and then you take it back by reappropriating it, so you've made it kind of like your calling card, and therefore you are making something positive out of something that could otherwise be known as negative.
This is taking me and Courtney back to 30 minutes ago.
But you can reappropriate.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, and Jose, hopefully you can stick around for our special topics. We'll talk.
My bad, sorry.
Talk about that in discussion.
Jumping all ahead and whatnot.
Can we talk about the mini challenge and
Yes.
the reading? Latrice, we just said won. I feel as though Phi Phi was the worst.
Phi Phi was awful.
Phi Phi was terrible. I just
That
wrote
was
so bad.
disgusting. She was sickening. It was not in a good way either.
And I feel as though, because it's all done out of fun, I think she took all of her
Personal
She was
anger.
too
Hers,
serious.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
and
bad
I
energy.
have to say that overall this whole episode made me look at Sharon Needles in a whole different light. I think she is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
she's
more
hilarious.
so than Willam at this point.
Well, welcome
Oh,
to the club.
Well, see, and here's another thing I noticed about watching the Untucked episode is that Sharon Needles has a lot of witty comments that just thrown in, and you think you're gonna miss. Like, I feel like I've been missing them the whole season, and now I'm just getting them.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
oh.
agree, and that's how I felt because I feel like
Exactly. That's how I feel.
she just like unleashed. It was one comment after the other, and it was all great.
Well, I suggest you guys go back and watch from episode 1.
No, thanks. I'm good.
Maybe you'll catch
I have
were
other
just too slow
shows
for
to
all
watch.
that.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the way Latrice chose the? Because since she won, she got to choose the magazines for which the girls get to, for the main challenge.
Wait, don't skip real quick.
Wait. Well, what else do you want to add?
I wanted to add. I thought it was hilarious that nobody wanted to bust on Latrice's teeth
Well, that's true.
because they're scared of her.
Or maybe they did, and we didn't see it.
I was curious, especially when she's giving her dental calling card to Jiggly. I was like,
No, that was Chad.
No, whoever did.
Oh my
I was
God,
like,
that was amazing. I'm sorry.
Could you pass
That
it
was
around?
amazing.
Maybe she'll pass it around.
Right.
Like, I have it to share.
And I actually thought that DiDa Ritz was kind of funny,
I thought
too.
Dita was actually really good.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought Dita was good.
Yeah.
Because she went first.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was good.
Yes.
But
So-
I'm glad they called her out for her ashy knees.
God, that was everything right there.
But don't you think that they picked one thing, like they got on Willam's like 5 o'clock shadow, and like they all
stuck
harp,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's just
It
kind of
wasn't
like
creative.
right. So anyway,
But
any
her-
more
her
comments?
knees be real
Can we move on?
ashy.
Cameron, are we allowed to move on from
Did they
this?
rag on her wig? Nobody ragged on her wigs. I'm sorry, Dita has some whack wigs,
Well, yeah.
and nobody said anything about that.
Except
Michelle
for
Visage said
exactly.
it at the end.
Well, that's at the end. I'm talking about
The
throwing
reading,
shade.
yeah.
I'm sorry, the reading.
the library, and I'm closing the library because we're moving on.
I thought RuPaul
Yes.
looked very cute.
Yeah. Well, she always does. He always does in this situation. Any more? Anything else?
I have a random comment.
Okay.
Sharon Needles always also has the most bizarre but amusing shirts. Like today, she had a shirt with, or last night, she had a shirt with a red sweater
red
with
sweater.
like a puppy on it or something.
And she had
And she always has like weird political shirts.
She had a Nixon shirt one
Yeah.
night, and there was wasn't there a Bush shirt?
I think so. She has a lot of like quirky shirts that I just wanted
She's
to
a
comment
fashion
on because
icon.
I find it. She is a fashion icon.
Yeah.
I find it so amusing.
It literally needs to be like a line somewhere we can all go buy from. Because seriously, I would put that in my entire closet. Like that is something from Sharon that I think is one of her traits from her calling card. Is that she definitely, other than spooky, brings out something quacky, and it's just like it brings it to the table, and it's amazing.
I wonder if she doesn't design her own clothes, doesn't? Okay, so she just buys them.
She just has
Her
a good sense of
boyfriend
humor.
does, doesn't she? Oh, and that's Chad's boyfriend.
Well, when we get to her on the runway,
Yeah.
let's talk about something.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet.
Okay,
so I just wanna throw
so
that out there.
they're getting ready for
Without question.
the main challenge, which is the photo shoot for the Dragazines.
Dragazine.
And each one of them were given a topic.
Yes.
So
By Latrice.
by Latrice,
How very
and
perceptive of you, Kenny.
And you figured that all out by yourself.
I did, and I'm so happy. So you want to go down the list?
Sure.
Chad, she had eleganza.
Boring.
Right.
Were you? See, I wasn't entirely bored.
I was over
so
the whole
Chad. It was
the,
so
the
Chad.
bug eyes. I
I didn't quite. I didn't.
Her eleganza was scary. I'm sorry. I have to say that. I have to interject for a minute, but that was scary. Like the face was just, oh.
See, I liked it. I thought it was very her. And
you.
this is an issue I'm having too. Is they're telling people, they're giving them the criticism to create a drag persona.
Sorry.
Oh my god, are you gonna get mad at me because I'm using big words?
I can just imagine pop-up video for Jackie. I have an issue. I have a qualm.
Does her figure.
Sorry.
She did say something like appropriate or whatever, and I was like, say what?
Leave
She's
Jackie
covering up
alone.
college realness. Yeah,
Fabulously
I
articulate.
have a master's in television criticism. Okay, so sometimes
So
I
don't
say
hate.
Stop.
Stop
I was
hating.
just making commentary.
Continue, Miss
Take off them
Borowski.
shades.
So they
The
give
library's closed, Cameron. Go
they
ahead.
give the critique to the queens about.
Now I'm consciously
I
watching.
know.
I love it.
I'm
and
sorry. It's okay. Kumbaya.
They critique the queens about about creating a drag persona, and then at the same time you have the conflicting criticism of them then not stepping out of their box. So I'm kind of confused. It's like you're being told one thing and then another. So when Ru went up to Willam, he was like, oh, you need to do this along with your persona, and you're creating a persona. And then when they broke it down in the end, when they were looking at their actual magazines, then they're saying, oh, well, you didn't step outside the box. Well, now I'm confused, because weren't they originally asked to create use their specific drag persona? And then I think Chad did do that.
I just didn't like the cover.
Yeah,
my God.
I thought it was bland. I thought it was. I just didn't.
What
I
the
didn't
hell?
get
I think
it.
in the end it's the colors didn't work, but I like the idea of this like hooded animal print safari
Yeah.
With the
like,
goggles?
Like I thought it
Yeah,
was.
the goggles I didn't like the chain to her nose. They didn't mind the dress, but the background of that photo.
I think
It just was
I think if it was
confusing.
like a brighter color, we would have been more excited about it. But
Wow.
the tans and the safari look, or whatever.
It just
but
didn't
I didn't
work.
think it was as bad as
and
they
it
made it
did.
out
It
to
looked like
be.
one of those real estate magazines you get outside the store when you walk out.
They
Right.
all did.
They all did.
Except for Fifi's.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, well, let's talk about that
No.
one next.
No.
Well, hers was Sashay Away, which was the travel magazine. It was my favorite. I liked it.
You could see the line of her wig.
Okay, beyond that.
See the line of her wig. Her belly was like, no.
Arch your back, girl. Arch your back.
But
I know,
however,
it's arch and toot.
however,
Just like that. It
Regina
was not
King
going.
did mention, is it the best because everyone else's was
so
worse?
bad.
Let's talk about Regina King real quick.
Are we talking about judges?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I just
Not
have
yet?
to say, so
Okay.
Not yet.
We're
not
not
yet.
there. We're not to the runway.
Stop
No, no,
mentioning
no.
names then.
I'm just
Damn it.
saying, you brought it up. You
We
guys
have to
brought it
come
up.
back to it.
Okay, hold your thoughts.
So
Go ahead.
David, who was watching it with us, said that she looked like she was pooping.
Who, Regina
Cover.
King?
No.
Oh.
Fifi.
Yes, because she didn't do the like shoulders back, chest out
Yeah.
sort of like thing, and she was doing the like.
Yeah, Yeah, he said it looked like she was squatting.
She was holding her drink and was like, meh.
That was her being sexy.
That was not sexy. It was whack.
Maybe not.
And I
for
don't
you.
like the line, like the
purple.
No, I like the bright color, but then whatever.
belt
what do you
area.
put that? What do you put here to make it
Little
look?
sash.
It just wasn't working.
Yeah, it was my favorite.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Willem was Sugar Walls.
Willem.
She was hilarious.
She was hilarious.
That was a hot mess.
She was.
She was
She
so
basically. She
funny.
told him, "Don't talk to them."
I like when
do
she
not
walked
address
out
them.
and She said, "Clean this shit up."
Your head is so unprofessional.
She
The
was
photo
hilarious.
was
The
ugly,
photo shoot
but
was
she is
hilarious.
hilarious.
But I thought it was going to come out pretty cool because I kind of liked the idea, even though they turned it into like they were like, "Oh, this is horrible."
Right.
Sex
Like,
sells, y'all.
Sex does sell,
Right.
and the
Obviously
pillows.
not for this
I
one.
wanted the lamp men though.
I just
Yeah,
love
me
that
too.
she came out straight up naked.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
came
and
out.
just dropped it.
Yeah.
Jose, what about you?
It's like we know she has body, kind of like how DiDa has legs. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, honey, it's supposed to be funny, not, show us that you're naked.
I
Come
think,
on
but
now.
I think if they judged on the actual photo shoot, she would have won because
Yeah.
that shit was hilarious.
Yes.
It was by far the funniest. Moving right along, Latrice. She was What's the Tea?
Can somebody
I liked her
explain?
pictures from Untucked were the ones that cracked me up with the couch sagging and the close up of the men like leaning in on her. I wish they used those.
That's the one. The poor guy, the stripper from Fault Line. I thought she was gonna swallow his face whole. She was. I'm not gonna make any racial comments, but her lips are big. She has big lips, and I thought she was gonna swallow his face whole. I felt bad for him, and he looked frightened. He really did look frightened.
Wasn't that the same
I
guy though?
actually thought Latrice looked like, Sarah Jones up there before she
Yes!
lost her.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
glad you said that because that was my first thought. I was like, oh my God, y'all remember how Star used to sit sideways on the couch because she was too big? Oh, that was my first thought. I was like, oh, it's Jabba the Hutt meets Star Jones and she's trying to eat her man. It was
So we didn't like that one, do we?
It didn't make any sense.
No.
No.
Okay.
It didn't work.
And then
No.
Sharon had kitty cats, which was hilarious.
That
That
was
was
funny,
funny.
but I was confused by her outfit.
I looked past the outfit. I think
I love
her
the cover.
comedy. Yeah, I think her comedy was great when she
Her
tried to
photo-
straddle the.
Her photo shoot also cracked me up. The straddling the thing and
They were like,
asking
"Get
the guy if he
down."
does porn, and then being like, "Oh, well, you should do porn."
And they were like, get down.
By the way,
I can
the
make it
photographer.
work.
You don't know
You don't
fashion.
know fashion.
The photographer was not Mike Ruiz this time. His
No,
name was
he was
Jonathan
cute.
Clay Harris.
He was
He's
very
a cute,
cute.
little man.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
And
And everyone, we're taking up a collection to buy him a whole shirt.
yeah.
Hey, he doesn't need a whole
He doesn't need a shirt. We're actually
could've
revoking
been-
But he
the
actually,
right to wear a
I'm a
shirt.
little upset that he actually came to the photo shoot like he was actually going to model in.
Why?
Mike Ruiz, he usually just throws on a t-shirt
Well, that's
and,
because he's a grown up.
Oh.
I'm just saying. I mean, he came, he had his
He
hair
was trying to get
did.
his camera time too, boo.
Well, there you
Dave-
go.
Stop. Take
David-
the glasses off.
So we were watching this with David, and he pointed out that Sharon looked like the Big Edie from Grey Gardens in her outfit with all the cat pee around her, and I was
I
like,
didn't
oh,
see
that's
Grey
a good
Gardens.
point.
You know what about Sharon? If it's just me, but that little headpiece that she was wearing, without the look, or with that look, she kind of looked like Amelia Earhart to me,
Yes.
coming up with goggles on the top.
That's why I was confused.
But it works because she's the only
Like,
one
well,
that
what
can
does it
pull it
have
off.
to do with cats? Like, I don't understand. Was she supposed to be the little old lady from the 20s? Like, I don't know. But she's in her bathing suit, leotard. I don't understand.
I thought it was funny.
Maybe she's like that creepy next door neighbor that has like 20 or 50 cats.
And walks around in a leotard.
And walks around in weird clothes.
And that works well for her.
But why does she walk like that?
She can't walk. We
Yeah.
have discussed this.
No, we
That's
discussed
on
this
the
last
runway
week.
Too,
Yeah.
But yeah, it got worse on the runway.
Yeah. So Jiggly was next, and she had Battle of the Bulge.
I am over Jiggly. I was so glad to see her go home. I have been over her for forever, and all she does is weep and cry about her sad life. But then you have people like Phi Phi who have also had an equally sad life.
Well,
Phi
they've
Phi's
all.
angry.
Latrice has been in jail for God's
Latrice
sake.
has been in jail, and
So-
she's not
But
weeping
she's
and
a big
crying.
dude.
And she's a big person.
Look,
I don't know. Her body is just weird to
Jiggly's
me.
body is very unfortunate. But what I did sympathize and empathize with and feel very strongly about is that her need to crack on some chips in between figuring out.
She had a bin.
I totally understand that because you're trying to think and you need a snack. And they were mocking her for needing a snack.
Latrice was like, all you heard was crunch, crunch. Oh, I got an idea.
And then you wonder why it's a BMW body made wrong.
No, I know. That was
Wait, she was
sad.
eating when she was leaving, like after she was.
Yeah, she was
eating.
chewing on something.
And what I'm laughing at too is that when she was going through the whole like thing about the magazine, and I'm not trying to mock bulimia or any of those things at all, but you still got a problem with food, boo. It's not over. Like, she was like, I've been there. It was horrible, and no, it's not over.
But you can tell it hurts because when she was actually about to tell the story,
hurt.
you know.
It's not healthy.
I want to show them another side of me. I had like 1240 SATs.
Okay, so well, we have the last one was DiDa Ritz, which I left it for last because that's going to be our special topic with the whole fried chicken thing. So, real quick, without getting into a special topic segment, what do you guys think of her cover? And
She's a linebacker.
I hate her neck. Okay, the neck and the shoulders. I can't. I'm not.
Okay.
But her makeup looks
Everybody's
better.
like her legs, and I'm like,
In that solid blue dress, no ma'am. And then with the plate, I mean, come on now, would have looked better with a bucket of chicken. I mean, let's just call it what it
Should've been
is.
a
Oh, that's
bucket.
good.
But don't you
But
think-
that would have been better.
But
I would've preferred
I feel like what's her face? Latrice gave bad choices. Like I would expect Latrice to do that one, the
Well,
bucket of chicken,
Why?
because she could.
I would have expected Jiggly to do the chicken.
Who?
Jiggly, yeah.
I would have expected Jiggly to do the chicken.
That would have been too
Kenny,
easy.
I really wanted to know about this Latrice and compare her to Star Jones, so I pulled up 2 photos. If you could give me 1 second.
Brace yourself.
Hey, you throw it up there whenever you get a chance.
I can't wait.
Oh, that's photo number
I
one.
love that hair, Latrice.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually thought that was Star Jones when it first came up.
Awful.
Okay, so there's Latrice.
Right.
All right,
Looking
and
delicious.
I just kind of wanted to see how
Lip
much she
luscious.
looked like Star Jones.
Oh.
That's
No
too
tea,
close.
no shade, honey.
That's too close.
That's very close. But Star no longer looks that way. She's all healthy and.
I wish you can do
in
side by
shape.
side.
I'll work on
Latrice,
that.
She's serving you like Janet Jackson. I get so
Hey.
lonely.
Rope burn, baby.
what-
Rope burn.
Yes. Velvet Rope. That was the Velvet Rope album.
Yes.
All right,
Sorry,
so
Rope burn is my favorite song.
There
off
was
there.
a
That's
song
why I
named
was
Rope Burn,
like,
Kenny.
oh, sorry.
that was.
Right.
But
I'm sorry.
tie me up.
Are you
right
black?
now. Not really.
Really?
He's
so-
not tan. Look at that nose. He's not black.
So they go back into the what do you call it when the studio? I'm distracted. Yeah,
The workroom.
the workroom. Thank you, Jose. And you know, Dita's all upset.
See,
and
this
all
is
up
why
in
Jose
arms.
is our expert because
Yeah.
he knows things like
Well,
workroom.
Yeah. Well, she's all hyper sensitive about the chicken thing and blah blah blah. And
But then she was stupid. Like, I'm gonna have the chicken of the month, and I'm gonna stick to my guns, and
The thing is, when RuPaul tells you to do something,
Just
you
be
just
funny.
do
It's
it
a
because
joke.
he's judging
a
you.
freaking joke.
Which brings up the whole Jiggly thing. And we all saw how Phi Phi was very shady with the whole
I
just
thought
do.
that was great.
I thought it was brilliant too.
I thought it was awesome.
That's
Because
just
Chad
mean.
Michaels was like, you know, you're funny, be funny. And then, you know, here comes Phi Phi. Was like, well.
Because he didn't say it like, you need to do this. He said, if that's what you
No,
think
but
you
then-
need to do, then you need to stick with what works
But what's
for you.
shady is when he goes and talks to Willam
No, that is
afterwards.
not
yeah,
shady.
that
That's
is.
funny.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
let's
shady.
call it what it is. 'Cause, I mean,
Funny.
I no tea, no shade, honey. But
Willam
when
was like-
Phi Phi went up to Willam, that's like, you know, I thought they were enemies, and now all of a sudden
Exactly.
you want to be friends with Willam and counter on Jiggly
Mm-hmm.
just because you want her gone. I mean, come on
Shady.
now, honey. That's shady right
That is
there.
shady.
I thought it was fantastic.
It's Phi Phi.
I have to clock her on that. I have to clock her.
Yeah, Phi Phi's a
coming
jerk
from,
person.
Did
Coming
we
from
expect
Courtney.
her to be?
I mean, thank you. Who's liked her? I tried to have a turnabout with her last week, and it went bad.
I laughed my ass off. I thought
I had
it
a
was
week
Willam-
of liking
Willam's
her,
like,
and I
what?
don't like it.
Bitch,
Willam's like,
shouldn't
really?
she be busy?
Don't you have work to do?
So, fast forward
I'm
to
gonna work on being naked.
the runway, and I guess we should start with RuPaul's Purple. Bruise.
Loved it.
I
That
loved
was
it.
okay.
Oh, I loved
Okay,
I didn't hate it.
Kenny, you don't ever like anything.
No. I
I liked it better than the Sea Anemone.
Yeah.
I like Regina King. I couldn't stop, staring at the hair, the whole wave without the fan. That was amazing. I just couldn't stop staring.
Okay, so now we're on Regina King. I'm actually glad that she's a co-host or a co-judge on this episode.
A judge on a right now gay network.
Yeah.
Hey.
A current gay network. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
And
we'll
so
Just not showing gay shows.
and
She looked butch though with them cornrows. She looked real butch.
that's fine.
She was making a subliminal solicitation for Miss Jada Pinkett.
Woo! He went there.
Can we have that disclaimer because
Couldn't you see her and Jada together?
No.
The views and thoughts. What is that thing? That's the views and thoughts are.
Those are
brown people edition.
That's nothing to do with brown people, Ronnie.
Let's do that
Actually,
again.
it does.
One more
They're
time.
both brown.
herein are those of the host only, do not necessarily reflect the views
All
of
over the
AfterBuzz
place,
TV
my
or its
bad.
owners or principals.
Okay,
Interesting.
so I wrote down that there was no theme for the runway, which I was incorrect because there
They
was a
told us-
theme.
but that was after the fact. Like I
Yeah.
found that out on Untucked or
Yeah.
What was the theme?
It was
your magazine premiere.
premiere
Oh.
or
That's the theme
your
for
launch.
everything.
I didn't even get that from Untucked.
Nah, that was
Well,
it.
she mentioned it.
They need to
and-
flash it above the screen for people like me.
Well,
I pretty much have to make the assumption now because they never say it anymore.
okay. So,
anyway.
and who was the other judge? I wrote it down. Oh,
This country singer.
Pam Tillis.
Pam Tillis.
Which I've never heard her
Who
before.
is she?
She's
She's
an
a country
old school country singer.
Yeah.
But none of them
Old
were
school country
exceptionally
singer
fabulous.
back in the day.
Oh, see, he's from Dallas, so he knows what's up.
None
And
of
then-
them were
and
fabulous.
then-
Oh, honey, we all, we wear cowboy hats, boots. No, I'm just kidding.
I hope so.
Mi vida loca.
No, I'm
I
joking.
think it's hot. I like cowboy hats.
Oh no.
They just look
Can we not
stupid
talk
on
about
me.
that?
Well, this isn't the A-list Dallas. We're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. We're talking about the finest cowboy hats.
Because that would go to another show that I do not want to talk about.
Let's not go there.
No, it's gonna make me cry in my
Okay,
heart.
so Runway. Let's start with Chad Michaels.
Who the fuck are you people?
Cry.
Chad Michaels, Runway. Let's get it together.
Michaels
That was good.
on
Pat
the
Benatar.
runway.
She was Pat Benatar was.
That was fun.
I like the short hair.
She could have
still
pushed
want
it a
higher
little
heels,
more.
though.
Yeah, she could
I
have
know, I
pushed it a
agree.
little bit more. But it was good.
But see,
That
then
hair was everything. I love it.
I like
yes,
her hair.
that
yeah.
was great.
It's like she's scared of osteoporosis and breaking ankles.
Maybe she already has osteoporosis. Maybe she's got
That
a
was
She's
bush,
old.
but it was hot. It was a hot bush.
Well, someone said Forever 21, not Forever 41. So, hey. And then DiDa Ritz was out next with her Silver. Was it Silver?
No,
Go ahead, Courtney.
just no.
What you got?
At least. No.
And her hair.
Okay.
I-
Michelle Visage said it the best because it's like shoulders and flat hair and it just doesn't work. But he really thinks he is doing it, and nothing bothers me more than when somebody thinks they are really just serving and you are serving hot garbage on a funky plate. And it was such garbage to me. The hair was whack. The dress was whack. I think she looks like she needs to bow.
snake walk?
I don't know.
What about,
you're
yeah, I was
supposed
just
to
about to say, what about the
do. What
ass?
was all that? It just-
Ruth said she was dodging snipers.
Somebody should have shot her off the stage. I can't. Why didn't you have big, fabulous, thick curls coming and the face looked better, but I just can't deal with the shoulders and that neck, and her mouth is as wide as her neck, and it drives me insane. That jawline is like, arr, and I know she can't do anything about it, but I just can't.
God, this is a rip. I love it.
I'm sorry. I'm glad she covered up
Jose.
most of her legs.
But see, here's my thing though. What do you guys feel about her constantly getting through to the next round without
She's
being
in the
phased?
middle.
Jose, how do you feel about it? You can rip. We rip here. It's good. Go ahead.
I kind of feel like Rue is throwing her a lifeline every time. and
Every
it's got
week.
to stop. I mean, at some point you have to let her fall on her own.
Maybe that's Ruth's son.
And she's never been in the bottom two.
Hasn't she? She was in once.
No.
Yeah, well, she was.
No,
'cause
that
she
was-
did the crazy dance.
No, that wasn't that.
No, girl, that was her.
Was
That was DiDa. No, DiDa
did
did
the
the
side
side
shuffle.
shuffle.
Oh, that's
She did the church dance.
It was Natalie.
With
Natalie
the
Cole.
with the
Oh yes,
The
and
Chicago
short
hair.
wigs.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I'm not crazy.
sorry, my mistake, my bad. Because I got her and LaShawn Beyond.
Yeah, I forgot about that person.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did tell her to keep black hair though,
Well, she
because
followed.
the black hair looks much better,
Better,
than that
yeah.
weird blonde brown.
So Willam was next, and this was by far my worst look for her.
What was going on with the wig?
You could see her chocha. You could see everything.
Well, I love that she
didn't like the dress
because I thought it was hilarious.
It was like Taylor Swift meets Kesha. Like seriously.
Yes.
It was like she burned
Kesha
off
on
half
crack.
of her wig.
It was like a ponytail.
I didn't, and there was a ponytail. What was going on?
What was that? I mean, come on now.
It was by far
I
the
was
worst
confused.
look for her.
I liked the dress.
I hated everything about
I
it.
thought it was like
Actually.
whimsical,
Now, okay,
silly.
So
and she
here's
didn't
my
wear
thing.
underwear.
From watching it, did you guys notice the 5 o'clock shadow that everyone's been?
No.
I can't see it.
Yes, it's gray right here all the
Okay.
time.
I can never see
It's
it.
like a snout.
Now,
I
have you guys
understand.
noticed it before? Did you notice it before they said anything?
I've never noticed it before, and the only time I've noticed is when they did the untucked version and her picture, you can
It's starting
see
to
it.
fade.
Yeah.
I think the only time her makeup was right was when she won with the boat. And I think I said it. I was like, that was the prettiest she's ever looked. And the makeup looked smooth and not, because she's manly in the face.
Right.
Because she's got bone structure, as she likes to tell everybody.
Right.
And yeah, it's.
Now, here's my question.
It's not as bad as Latrice.
We haven't.
She might need to get Chad Michael's doctor's card for some Botox and all that good stuff.
You don't need a doctor anymore. She took straight injections.
I know.
That back alley.
Injections,
Back
whatever.
alley.
That's what Willam needs to do.
Now, here's my question to you guys: on the critiques when they were all on the stage, and Michelle was basically saying you're 5 o'clock shadow, and she was not. Do you think that she was being disrespectful to the judges, or? I know she's trying to laugh it all off.
I would have liked to have seen the unedited, like uncut.
No.
How do I say? Yeah, the whole segment.
But what do
here's
you
the
think of
thing.
what you saw?
Here's the thing. When you pair this with the untucked, she basically, because everybody goes after Jiggly for basically being a defeatist. And it's like, you're going to lose if you have the attitude that you're going to lose. And so Willam is one of the many people who makes the comment that it's like, even if I know that I'm being ripped apart, I still stand behind my decisions, because that
Fake
way
it till you make it, girl.
Yeah, because it's like that way I'm not seen as a loser. And so
Right.
I think now Sorry, go ahead.
But see, they clocked Sharon Needles for it though when she was fighting with Max Muchnick a while back, and a couple episodes ago, when she was responding back to everything he had to say, and it kind of reminds me of how Willam and Michelle went at it about his 5 o'clock shadow. The same thing about Sharon taking criticism. It's like, come on, honey, take a. She's trying to help you.
Right.
She's trying to give you a lifeline.
I think the first comment was fine, but then like after every like critique, she said she had something, try to be funny, which it just didn't work for me.
But now it makes sense to me. I mean, I wouldn't go about it the same way, but I see their reasoning as to why they're doing that.
Okay.
Well, she's sticking to character.
Right. Okay, so Jiggly is next.
Ugh.
The sunshine.
Okay, you can see the tape that's in her, like, used to make her boob. It's falling out of her dress.
What about her
At least
pregnancy?
she was making the
She looks
boobs.
like she's pregnant. I know she can't help that.
That's a weird way to
Was
carry weight.
that tape, or was that an actual part of the boob?
I
That's
thought it was
what
the
I
actual
wanted
part
to
of the
know.
boob. I didn't know
No.
it was tape.
Whatever it was.
It was coming apart.
It doesn't. She was falling apart.
I like
It was
the
the rest of
dress.
her dignity.
Falling out of her dress.
Which wasn't much.
I like her eyes.
My thing is,
Nice eyes.
They're usually full of tears.
you can
so.
be a big girl and still learn
Carry
how to
yourself.
walk. You shouldn't lead with your stomach.
Latrice.
Don't lead with your
Well,
stomach.
and so-
don't rest on stage
How
with your
can-
hands on your
How
stomach.
can she not lead with that stomach though? Because that's like Tweedledee,
Lean
Tweedledum.
forward, girl.
Like how do you? Because there's no putting
pray
that
I
on
feel like
the
if,
wall.
I was gonna say if you lean forward too much, you're gonna fall over.
Arch your back.
She has no back; it's all belly.
It's so weird.
Jose, what's your take on Jiggly?
I stood by Jiggly for a while, but honestly, here recently, I've kind of lost touch for her because she uses her size as, and her history in her past is a lot of a crutch, and it's like, honey, get over it. There are worse queens among you that have been through worse, and you're barely just coming to this conclusion. You got to put it behind you, honey. You got to put it behind you. You can't let it touch you when you're doing something like Drag Race. You cannot let it grab you like it. No.
Case
I
in
agree.
point,
I agree.
Latrice.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like Santino's comment.
Why not? It was true. I know she got all super offended. That looked like a couch. It looked like a couch that was in my grandma's house that's been in there since probably 1968.
The colors of Latrice's dress kind of reminded me of like Kenya Michaels' jungle theme from a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Is that just me or?
No,
I can see that.
you're right, but I actually like the dress. I like the colors.
I think colors are good.
Now,
Those
do you-
rust earth tones were
Right.
nice for her. They match her face perfectly.
But I do
actually.
agree as a judge, though, if you come for me, I'm coming for you.
Right, and she said that.
Constructive criticism was one thing, but if you come for me, bitch,
So
I'm
what
gonna
should he
read
have
you.
said? Should he have said, the fabric looks a little bit like upholstery. Next time, maybe try something.
Or just say that
a
looks
little bit."
hideous.
She said,
But
he-
don't say that looks like a couch that I got off the lawn. Because then it just
It
makes
kind of
it
reminds me from one of like the queens from like Zamunda from like Coming to America. It was very beautiful. I do love it, but there was just too much jewelry. I do have to say that there was
Yeah,
too much
agreed.
jewelry.
I see, and I disagree. I love all the
I
jewelry.
like the jewelry,
I thought it
too.
was amazing.
Yeah.
And
when it snapped, that was
amazing.
that did it for me.
That was like on cue though to prove the point that they're
Yeah.
having that
Take all
conversation
that
that it
off.
snapped.
and all she was like, oh damn. Because I think I would have done the same thing.
And what does Willam do? She bends down,
Yeah,
picks
picks
him
him
up,
up.
and flings him off stage.
It was hilarious. And Phi Phi, I guess, was last. I liked her dress.
That was a good dress, fine.
I liked her look
She did
overall.
well. She did well.
Yeah,
Do we
she did
agree
well.
that she deserved to win this?
No.
Who would you have
There is
picked?
nobody else that could
Yeah.
have won. I
I
don't
would have
think.
picked Sharon.
Well,
I like
that's right.
Oh, we
He
forgot
had-
about Sharon.
Well, give me your criteria. What's your criteria? I don't even know what the criteria was, honestly.
I mean, it was whoever
That
the
was
judges thought were cooler.
better, yeah. But I think they judge more on the actual the challenge of the magazine.
Then I would have gone with Sharon. Needles.
Sharon, yeah. But
Well, what about her?
'Cause she
Let's
stayed-
talk about her.
I got the theme. I got it. And it was like sashay away and that stomach and that back and that doodle scene.
Whoa.
whoa.
Okay,
so
so-
we were not talking about Sharon.
Yeah,
that
we're-
was Phi Phi.
That
But
was Phi Phi.
Sharon,
But-
Sharon, do you think she was walking that? She was walking awkward.
Is
because-
she
always-
doing that on purpose?
I don't
'Cause
know.
It seemed excessive this week, and I was like, I'm scared like her legs are gonna snap off. It looks weird.
I think she just doesn't know how to walk in heels.
Okay, and I'm gonna mention David again, and we're speaking
I
of
know.
David Skiffalidi, who does a bunch of other shows here at AfterBuzz, but he made a very good
He made
comment.
a great comment. She looks
She walks like the female Martian from
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
That's how
She
the
walks
girl
like
walks.
the female Martians from Mars
I had to
Attacks.
think about that because it's been years since I
Which
saw.
keeps her in character. That's why I
Yes.
liked her cover. And they had to think of all those little quips on the cover, right? So her
Yes.
cover was the best. I'm sorry.
What do you think about her eyes with her dress?
Whatever.
I think that's
Same
the
character.
thing, though. This is like what I said earlier. That this is the thing that irritates me is you're telling people that they're trying to create a drag character. That's her drag character, and then at the same time they're like, "Oh, but you got to step away from that." Well, it's conflicting.
I think in her case, though, her character is such, not extreme, I guess, but something very specific, that it would be nice just one time. Like they said, we keep telling you this. Just one good time, give it to us, serve it to us the way we're
Right.
asking.
Show us
And
that
we're
you
not
can.
telling you that you have to do that all the time. Just one good time. You were glamorous. Let's see that just this one
Because
time and then move on.
I think because the first couple of
Amen.
first couple of episodes, it's established that this is her look.
And we get it. And we appreciate it.
But to a certain extent, I do agree with Jackie because when RuPaul was giving Jiggly, critique in the workroom about, oh, you should try to make it funny. Well, she's always trying to make everything funny, so she wanted to try
But
something
that's
different.
her strength.
Well, there's also different shades of drag,
Yeah.
right? There's some that are female impersonators. There's some that are very campy. There's some that don't want to be a female. They're just making light of certain aspects of the female gender or whatever it may be. She has a different shtick. It is what it is. That's her
Right.
thing. She's never said that she's glamorous, and she makes comments all the time, not really defeating herself, but she's like, I can't walk like a girl.
Well,
And in the end, there, like, even if she went, say she did the eyes and did everything like the ads, she's never not gonna be Sharon. Like,
Right.
we're gonna obviously be able to tell. Like,
And that's,
you
what,
can't
that's what I
walk,
agreed with
and
when
that's-
Michelle said
yeah.
that you're not going to lose
You're not
yourself.
gonna lose
Right.
yourself by
'Cause she
just
did-
giving us what we want
She
one
did.
time.
She pulled back the whole craziness a couple episodes back, and it was
right. It was like the
wasn't
second,
the most pretty, but
the second episode, she
Yeah.
glammed it up a little bit.
No.
So,
I agree. She did.
What is who do you think should have won the magazine challenge, Jose?
Honestly, if I had to pick somebody to pick, other than Phi Phi, because I mean, I do have to go with Cameron saying that did look a little constipated. If I had to say somebody else, I would have to pick Willam, just because it was funny, just because of the face. But the 5 o'clock shadow, it gave it a little bit, but I have to say Willam.
No,
I think we can all agree if we went based off of the visual, like video cut of the photo shoot, hands down.
Willam was
Willam,
one.
yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought Sharon Needles was funny too.
Yeah, I thought Sharon.
So-
was funny too.
Willam, Sharon, get down.
I was actually was I the only one surprised that Willam was in the bottom two?
Yes.
No.
No, I was surprised. Too.
No.
I was
Just for that hair alone,
The
I'm
hair.
sorry.
I mean, I was expecting not her to be in the bottom two
Because she prides herself in showing body, right, and being pretty and being beautiful, whatever. That hair was
But I will say, she's only had one super right wig for me, and that was what was
Jessica
last
Simpson?
week when she was really because even it was Jessica Simpson should have had the wig she had on last week when she was on the boat because Jessica Simpson's wig was a little
raggedy.
And after the photo shoot, whatever hair she had in the photo shoot when she was walking off the set, she's like, "Now clean this mess up." That hair was good. That
was
Jessica
good.
Simpson too.
Was that the same hair that she used?
Possibly.
I'm wondering if she just doesn't curl up the wig like she needs to every time. And
Maybe she just pulls it out of the bag.
But then
and
it
it's
looks
just
like she
that.
got mad at this one for the runway. And just said,
That was cute. You guys did it simultaneously. So the song they sang, I didn't even write it down because I'd never heard of it.
Mi Vida
Jose
Loca.
might know the song. I don't know.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, it was Me Vida Loca. I honestly
never
thought
heard
it was
of
like
it.
Ricky Martin at first.
And that's what I
"What?"
thought. I was like, oh, they're doing a Ricky
A
Martin
country
song.
folk version.
Country folk.
I thought it was boring.
Right.
It was a boring.
It was a boring song, but
I-
they did it for that country girl who's the.
Boring.
I like that
Country music
Willam was
woman.
like the most vacant person on the planet, yet somehow it worked.
Yeah.
He was like, "Ah."
Yeah.
I'm a little bit
Jiggly
country.
doing like a hula dance, like just at some part. I was like, what is that?
Yeah. It was
It was a
boring.
mess.
So Jiggly lost. She
As
went
she
home.
should.
And that's
She
it.
Third
ABDC'd
time.
herself off the stage.
Yeah.
She was out of there.
She needed to.
Any last comments before we go to commercial, guys?
It was fun.
Okay. We're ready for a commercial. Unless I need to keep talking until
So
Ronnie.
abrupt.
Ronnie, sit down.
There we go.
TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
And we're back. Real quick, we have, I wrote down we strayed away the word of the day.
Excuse me.
And one of the words I wrote down was jank. J-A. Okay, so what does that mean, Cameron? You know all the words.
Crappy. Oh, it's boo.
Okay.
Jank.
And then what's the T is a common.
What's the tale?
Phrase.
What's the truth? What's the story? What's the gossip? What's the tea?
Hola! Yes, si tengo suerte quizás.
Quizás.
It's just a flat.
The Mi Vida Loca song.
Oh.
Oh, I was like, what
I've
is
never
going
heard.
on up in here?
Guess that didn't work out so well.
Yeah. That's okay, Ronnie. You tried.
Keep trying
So
new things,
we
babe.
are transitioning into our special topics.
Is Jose still here?
Hello, Jose, are you there? If he's there, he should comment. I don't
Oh, he
think he's
disappeared.
Oh.
for
Maybe he'll
special
come back.
He'll come back. Come back. So,
Honey, I'm still here.
We're like,
like
what
it.
happened to you?
we might have lost him. But Cameron sent us earlier today an interesting article.
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday,
Yeah,
today. I get my days mixed up. Cameron, would you like to lead into?
No, go ahead.
No, it was your article. Lead into it.
I didn't read
Come
it.
on, people.
Oh
All
my
right,
God,
so what
Karen.
we're here talking about is
So Cameron sent us an article basically saying how Disney, they've created this candy brand that
Which
one
is
of our co-hosts
Similar
actually
to-
enjoys eating, and she's actually indulged quite a few times on the show with this particular candy. Basically, it has on the package, selling the package is 2 princesses, and basically we all know that
Fun dip.
Fun dip. And right here on the right, I forget who. I think it's Rapunzel.
that is
No,
not Rapunzel.
that's
That is Sleeping Beauty.
That's
Okay,
Princess
whatever,
Aurora.
whatever.
That's
Okay.
Princess Aurora, and that's Princess
I'm sorry, Miss
Tiana.
Disney, Miss
Yes,
Miss Disney over
Tiana and
here.
Aurora.
That's Aurora. That's Tiana.
Okay, so basically, it's been years.
Wait.
What?
So, Jose, can you see the screen, Jose?
Are you looking at a computer?
Uh-huh.
Can you see the screen that we're showing?
Yes.
Okay, so you can imagine that the Caucasian princess, so she's vanilla flavor. So
She's
bad
on the
enough,
vanilla side.
But bad enough. Can you guess what flavor our African American princess?
Well, I can only imagine that it's going to be chocolate.
No.
Wrong.
Even worse.
Let's go stereotypical. What would you suggest? What would you guess at?
What fruit would the African American princess be selling? Take a guess. It's watermelon. Damn it! It's watermelon. So here's the question.
I wasn't trying to go there. I was thinking like coconut, maybe.
That kind of would have been offensive too.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I never eat coconut.
Ooh.
So
least it's
since
not
we have
banana.
since we have a half black panel, were you guys offended?
Now I'm half black.
No, you mean
Thanks,
half of us are.
I know. I was joking. Okay, I get it. Oh God. Are you offended, Kenny?
I laughed when I
laughed your
saw
ass
this
off.
because two reasons. First of all, fun dip, and I immediately thought of Courtney. Second, watermelon, I thought of Courtney. So
Oh my God.
I've known Courtney for a while, so it's all out of fun and good.
Wait, that's
fun.
like saying just because. Never mind. Sorry.
No, we've had this conversation during the game.
Yes.
You know, would people view this as offensive? We know that Disney has never had a black princess up until what 2009. So this is big for them, but it is interesting that she is endorsing watermelon flavored.
Why don't we talk about why the black princess finally showed up and she had to work to get her money and to get her love and she had to kiss a frog when all the other princesses just had these wonderful princes just show up and shit and give them new life. Why don't we talk about that? Why don't we talk about that?
Is that more offensive?
I have to agree with you. Why all of a sudden did she just pop up?
But
Ronnie, I'm
With
uncomfortable.
watermelon of all things.
Are we offended? No, I'm not offended.
I mean, I would definitely look at the pack, and I would, like I said earlier, I'd be like, damn, white people just don't get it. Like, because it's just one of those things, like, come on, like, that's just dumb. Like, but it's just silly and dumb. Like, I'm not going to be offended and hurt, but I'm, like, thinking to myself, really, after all this time, we still don't get that probably wasn't the best idea. Like, somebody wasn't back there like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't put the black girl on the watermelon chair. Like, let's put Pocahontas. Maybe they like watermelon. Like, you could have done something else. But I'm not going to, like, fall out. And I'm not going to act like I don't like watermelon because a black girl on the watermelon. I'm going to eat my watermelon dipsticks.
But
and I'll be happy about it.
In fairness to Disney, there was comment made in the article or response that though Disney should have more control, they don't necessarily have control over all products that are made of theirs that sport their name. And so I'm sure the licensing
I don't even
got
blame
pulled.
Disney. I blame whoever made
But
it.
the pack-
like,
yeah.
That's what the
no.
article says. The candy maker actually probably lost their license
Like,
and this got pulled,
come
but
on.
it didn't get pulled fast enough.
Well, we tried to pull up the
They
article
pulled
right before the
it.
show, and someone pulled it, and luckily we got it up. But this goes back.
No, but I said this. I disagree with that because it's like Disney has Disney's ABC, and ABC tends to have a very good firm hold on their marketing, and it's like it depends on what.
Exactly.
Yeah, it depends
They're
on what.
much more control probably
Yeah,
than
and
they
it-
want us to believe.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I don't care what kind of comment you make, but I work with ABC on a daily basis, and they definitely know what products they're selling and what products they're putting out there and whose face they're putting on what products, you know, and I don't think that they would run it through without somebody at ABC looking for it, so we can blame
Right, and
them.
I'm wondering if someone's looking at it and as soon as they're packaging and trying to sell it, they're like, oh, that's funny.
Then Disney needs to take a trip down to downtown LA.
Well,
Just saying.
well, this kind of goes back to the DiDa Ritz and the chicken thing. Do you guys think that was offensive?
No. It's funny.
No, well, out of all the people, why did Latrice give her chicken?
Because Latrice thought it would be funny. It was like Latrice is African American, so Latrice.
Do you think that's fair?
No, I'm just saying that Latrice thought it wasn't like Willam handed it over. It was like Latrice thought it would be funny from an inside perspective.
Okay, so if it had been
Maybe she was trying to make fun of her chicken legs, maybe?
No, I don't think so.
I was hoping she would like have greasy lips that like showed above that chin and all that jawline. Maybe we could see.
You
some
just want to
lips.
cover up her face. So it had
needs lips.
had it been different if Willam was the one that gave it to her?
Yes.
Would it have been offensive?
Yes.
Okay.
I still would have
laughed.
I would have been like
You
that,
guys.
biatch. Like that would have been funny. I don't
Right.
know.
So-
Jose, what do you think?
I would have think it would have been hysterical if Willam would have gotten the chicken one. Honestly, it would have been funny to laugh at.
So, well, here's my question to you, Jose. I think you've embraced, because we've had this conversation about the N-word during the game, and you seem to embrace the whole Beaner comment, or the I guess is it a stereo? Yeah, slur. Okay, so. Are you overly sensitive, or do you find that when people take things out of context for what it is, do you think that people are being overly sensitive, or
what do you mean? Like, give me an example.
Like, for instance, the whole gay Beaner thing. Obviously, it doesn't bother you, and you've owned it. Do you feel like, as a majority, as a whole, people are oversensitive about?
How would you respond to somebody of your ethnic background who finds offense to your
handle,
your moniker?
Yeah.
Well, if somebody would have crossed me and said, well, the gay Beaner part, that's kind of harsh, because you're calling yourself Mexican, but you're not. That I think you're right that people look into it too much and maybe just read into it a little bit much. And I mean, it's a little touchy feely, but I mean, it is what it is. But I don't take offense to it necessarily, or I embrace it because that's what I am. I mean, that's not what I come off as, and it's what a lot of my friends used to call me in high school. But I think people read into it a little too much if they do go that far.
Do you guys think that Americans as a whole are sensitive just by every little thing?
Yes. I say this on every show. We're oversensitive. We're hypersensitive. We're uber-sensitive.
I think we're super sensitive, but I don't think it's without merit. And I think that it's easy to dismiss it because it does get irritating. Like, what can I say and what shouldn't I say? And I mean, obviously, it's a conversation we could have for all eternity, and it'll never be an answer.
I think part of that, though, is the fact that America is largely made up of people from other places. And so there's the reason for the hypersensitivity is because you want to try to respect or understand or live with people that have all different kinds of backgrounds. So I think that's where it's coming from as far as Americans are concerned.
I actually think it's coming from the fact that there are people that don't want to respect and appreciate and understand that we all come from somewhere else.
That's true.
That is the bigger issue, not that we're actually trying to understand and deal with it and da-da-da-da. And the fact that we haven't tried to deal with it and talk about it and do stuff about it is why we are where we are right now.
Right. So what do you do to change that?
Call Kenny a slave and be cool.
Whatever.
That is so unfair.
Whatever, watermelon girl. On that note, we are going to jump into our predictions, and we're going to wrap up. So
I love how we ended it.
And now,
yeah, I know, right?
AfterBuzz TV.
I am no one's slave. I am so sorry. So, Jose, I'll start with you. Who do you think is going to go home next week? We have 6 left. Oh, first of all, there's going to be a big surprise. What do you guys think the surprise is?
I wonder.
Jose?
2 queens, 2 winners.
2 winners.
No, but something big is going to happen in next week's episode.
Oh, why are you yelling?
Because I can't.
Pull it back.
Jose, what do you think is going to happen next week?
I think it's going to be queens, queens against queens. That's my thing. I think that's what it's going to be, but like in the sense that they're going to one and one are going to go head to head, and that's going to determine maybe what the outcome of the actual episode, but that's just my idea.
Okay. Courtney?
Banks. I think I kind of agree. I think they're going to pull a Tyra Banks thing, and I think we should send
I
home.
don't watch the Tyra.
Well, they match up in couples, and they're competing against each other, and then those are the people that lose are in the bottom.
And then both of them go home.
Perhaps.
Okay. Cameron
has no opinion.
Jackie?
I think there might
be. Maybe the two that are weakest are the ones that end up in the
bottom. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Or maybe 2 people go home. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
half of them go home.
I was just gonna. Well, I actually think that they're gonna send 3 people home.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome too. That's one less week we have to be here. No, I'm kidding. Just joking. Just joking. Thank you, Jose, for joining us, calling in. Thank you guys for coming back this week. Call us, email us, comment on our iTunes. Feel free. Twitter.
I love that you're so good at this.
I am really good at this. Jackie has a Twitter. Cameron has a Twitter. Courtney, I do have a Twitter. AfterBuzz TV.
And so does Jose.
And Jose.
At the Gay Beaner.
Read the Gay Beaner.
And Ronnie has a Twitter. That is all.
We all have a Twitter. Find us on Twitter.
We all have Twitter, and we should all follow each other.
Exactly.
Follow.
Kenny has a big twat.
Good night, everybody.
He likes to tweet.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.